Welcome to my early build video in Nioh 3. So, as you might know, Nioh is very famous for its builds and for its thousands of status effects that the gear gives you. And as a new player or as a returning player, you might sometimes be like, how do I create a build out of all of this? Um, well, today I'm pretty much gonna cover that for you. So I pretty much have a little build going for myself that like focuses on elements like fire, water, and wind at the moment. I will dive in that later. But of course, most of the things that I already have, you might not have. So how do you pretty much start on a build? Well, to start a build, I think it's really important that you find a weapon that you like. Of course, we have like two stances here, so you basically have to pick two weapons. But it's really like finding a weapon that you like. And how do you find a weapon that you like? Well, it's pretty simple. You go to a weapon, you pick a few skills you might like. You have something like, oh, this looks nice, I might try that. What is this? Oh, this looks good. This is good. This is really good, by the way. This looks good. Oh, I might try that. Or this, I want to try this. Like, you basically try out a weapon. I have two here, but I can basically do that with everything. Like, let's say, let's say that I go for a sword, huh? The basic weapon. Then I can like read about my skills. I have something like, oh, I like that, or I might like this, and you basically pick some skills, and then like you pretty much equip those skills over here to the samurai. You see, we have a few things going on here, here, and here, and basically you will have quite a bit of things. And then it's basically like pretty simple. You pick up a sword, and you basically just try out different things. And I'm actually having the wrong sword. This is the ninja sword. Um, I want to have a sword on the samurai. Very good. So you see, you can basically try out this. You can try this. Like you basically try it out in combat. You just feel what feels to you. But let's say that you already passed this point. You found a weapon that you did like. Then it's like, how do you make this weapon into kinda a build? Well, part of it comes with, of course, status effects. And you will have a lot of status effects, and in the beginning you will have pretty much some random status effects that do not really go with each other, or that might not always be like how your build is or what you're aiming to go for. So that is not the best way to go around it. A second option that you might have is like you have different sets. You have different sets that if you combine the different pieces, like give you more bonuses. Like I have one set of that is, for example, the Crimson General helmet. That's pretty much the first boss already in the demo. That gives you this set. I did run this set with my Odachi for quite a bit. And I can pretty much come to you and have something like, yeah, you need to try this set, you need to take this set. This set is broken, and that is all good, but if you don't have that set, then you're kind of screwed, It's like, where do I farm this set? How do I get this set? Or I'm not getting lucky, the set is not dropping for me. So like, even though sets are probably the best builds that you can create late game, this is not a late game build, so I will not really focus too much on sets. I'm just like giving the information like sets are good, sets can give amazing bonuses, but if you don't have the sets early on, it can kind of be hard to get. So let's say you don't have any sets, but you do have a weapon that you like. Well, how do you make pretty much a build for that? Making a build for that comes pretty much with the weapon that you choose. For example, I'm gonna focus on the fist that I have here. I do like the fists, and in particular I like this high skill from the fist, where I basically do a flurry of attacks, constantly attack my enemy. That is what I really like. Well, this what I did is called a material art. So I'm basically looking for things that give me material art, damage or key reduction or anything. And then you can basically start with making a build. For example, with your guardian spirits. So guardian spirits will get stronger over time, but guardian spirits give you more status effects. Like for example, I have a material or key consumption that goes down here. That might be really nice for my fists. I have damage taken that goes down. That is really nice too. Strong attack break. I do some strong attacks, so I might like that as well. But I went for this. For example, for the lightning thing. Like I think early things come with like understanding elements as well as status effects. So even though this might be better for like my material or damage, why did I go for Shinroku instead? Well, that comes with a little bit understanding the game. And if I go to status here, I have a thing that is called effect icon list. And here you have like positive and negative effects, but pretty much here you have, let's say, a little bit the main status effects: fire, water, electricity, and wind. So basically, if I like apply electricity on an enemy, then their movement and attack speed is slowed. I like that. Shinroku does with his skills electric damage, like this. You see, electricity. This, for example, is Enko. Enko does fire damage. So that is how you can pretty much make an early build already. That is like focus on status effects. That's what I did. But you can also have certain lucky drops. You will pick up a lot of gear, and I'm always in the wrong menus. Sorry for that. That is like, for example, all the way in the beginning, I pretty much had this. I had like 4 or 5 pieces that had this. Restore life when you absorb Amrita. That is really good when you fight Yokai, for example. Well, I pretty much had a little, not really fancy, but a little build about it. I had like pretty much 4 pieces here that had like the life recovery on it. I had it also on my gun. So basically, when I did attack yokais, I did like get Amrita from them, and I was constantly healing. So that was like kind of my first build, you know, like focus on healing, focus on staying alive. Of course, that is a little bit lucky, but still, the more stuff you're gonna pick up, the easier it's gonna be get to like make a build. Like I'm gonna take my build for example right now. Like I obviously picked up a lot of things already. Like if you see, I have a few skills like this for example. Allows you to use my Omeo magic faster. That really works with the thing that I have. But I think another really important part is like soul cores and Omeo. So soul cores you can basically, it's like the soul from an enemy that drops. And you can basically do 2 things with it. You can like put it in the young position to summon the enemy, and then it does an action for you. And it also gives you some effects, like the burn accumulation is better, the fire damage will also be better, and then you have the Jin, and Jin gives me pretty much Omeo magic. So this one gives me the Luckbringer talisman. Luckbringer helps with picking up rare items and rare loot and rare equipment sets, stuff like that, or like just better loot in general. Then I also have like another infernal here that gives me the fire talisman, allows me to put my weapon on fire. Then I have a bottle here and another bottle here that basically give me water bubbles around me and wind bubbles around me. So I basically build up status effect with this one. So you see, like even though let's say that I didn't have anything, I didn't know which guardian spirit I have, already by like for example combining the fire weapon together with maybe let's say from the ninja some wait this is the ninja some fire bombs or like some flame breath. You see, I kind of have a fireball going on there. Um, if I then like, for example, go to my guardian spirits, where are they again? You see, if I like, for example, go to ninja, Enko is actually pretty amazing for that, huh? I do more melee damage when I attack burning enemies. I do more damage over time. Like fire will do more damage over time, poison will do more damage over time. So that goes up. That is really nice. Then the damage that I take over time is reduced. The Amrita charge is better. So you see basically a really nice thing just for like the for those two effects. It's already really nice. And then of course you also have a little bit of lucky drops. It's like you see here for example I had a lucky drop on that. Flame breath damage and extended elemental weapon plus I got them 20%. I got lucky there. So you see that is basically how you like build an early game build, that is by understanding the game and by like trying to like set pieces together that work together even though they're not from a set. And like for example, this for a set, But why did I take this? Well, I just liked the life recovery on Umbrella absorption. That is really something that I liked. And then you basically have like minor sets like this that my ninja has. That is like the Fuma Ninja set. And the Fuma Ninja set doesn't have any um, fancy bonuses, but it has one bonus that I'm particularly interested in, and it is the ninjutsu like meter that fills faster. So you see, like this has it, plus 2%, plus 1.5, plus 3, and plus 1.5. You see, other things don't have that, but like some equipment, some minor sets have set bonuses. Like for example, here it also tells you that I think you see effect that is set for all items with the same name. So you see, except my boots, they all have the same name, so they all have the increased charge in like ninja tools. And ninja tools are like my bombs, my flame breath, that are all ninja tools. Then you also have the counterpart of that, and that is Omeo magic. The game doesn't really tell you that, you have to like know it a little bit, but gunpowder bombs are pretty much ninja tools, while things like Uncharted Flames, you see that is more magic. But like besides this one, it are all pretty much ninja tools. Shurikens, pinwheels, gunpowder bombs, flame breaths, more bombs, poison shurikens, and there's even like a cat foil. I'm not really sure on which this pretty much falls. But this set will help me like charge up my ninja tools, charge up my thing on this side, like this bomb, the flame breath, everything. Then besides that, I have my Omeo magic on this side. You see that are the water balls that I told you about, that are the wind balls, and this is the flame weapon. You might see it a little bit better here. You see my fist arrow on flame. So then you can kind of like go test it out. Like if you go somewhere, I have a little spot that I always like to test out my stuff, and that is right here. And that is pretty much why I had the lightning equipped, because lightning gives me another status effect that like slows down my enemy. So basically what I do with this little build of mine, even though it's not a set, is like I apply fire to my weapon, so my attacks do fire damage. I apply water because water will give me increased damage dealt to an enemy, and wind will give me increased key damage dealt to an enemy. So you see, they last quite a bit. Like let's say I equip my flame here as well. You see those balls, they will build up there. Wind is built up, you see that? And now I switch to water. And wind is still active. And now he has water on him. And if I would attack him, then I might eventually build up fire on him. Same here. Like, you see, water is already built up, so he's already taking increased damage from my attacks. And I might have built up fire as well. Of course, these are pretty weak enemies, so they die pretty easily. But you see, like this is a little example of like a build that is not a set, that is not optimized, but it already combos very well together. Then as well, what do I also have? Like, if you know, you know, but like, once a status effect is like accumulated on an enemy, it's way easier to sustain it. So I'm pretty quickly gonna show that with like the fire bombs that I have. And hopefully I don't kill the yokai. But you see, these are my fire bombs, and they will obviously build up fire on the enemy. You see that? 1, 2. Now he's burning. Like you see, that will decrease over time. But if I like throw another bomb at him that does fire damage, of course he's dead. Like I said, it's a little bit weak enemies. But like, that will basically sustain the fire on him. Like you see, no, he's not burning yet. Now he's burning, you see? No, it's still not burning. Oh damn it. It's not my lucky day. But basically, like once that a status ailment is triggered, it will continue doing that damage. Maybe my fireballs are like, or my water and wind balls rather, are a better way to show this. So you see, this will build up water. And if I stand close to him, you see, now he has water. And now water will decrease pretty much. But if I like apply water again, the status effect will keep going. And now it will keep going again. And so long I deal water damage, it pretty much sustains itself. Gonna quickly get rid of you. There we go. So you see, and that's the little healing that I have popping in there. So this is like a very nice early build. It's another soul core, that's all fine. So you see, even though like I pretty much have 3 things here: water, wind and fire. And then I have obviously electricity here, so I can slow them down so it's easier to stick to them. So you see, I basically have a 4-element build right here, even though it's not yet late game. So I hope that gave you a little bit an insight in how early builds work and how you can do it. One thing that I'm quickly going over though is like the reason why I chose for an elemental build is for this. Like basically you have one thing, and that is confusion. Confusion makes it so that yokai get like extremely weak, they barely recover key anything, and you get pretty much confusion by building any status effects like this, or this. You need 2 of those. It doesn't matter which one. It can be fire and water, it can be fire and electricity, it can be electricity and poison. But you basically have to build up 2 status effects to get confusion. And that's kind of what I went here, you see? So like, even though this is like not a main build, I had something like, oh, I want to stack up like, what is it, water and wind, and water and wind will give me confusion. And if the enemy is strong enough and he like survives water and the wind, then he like might get fire on him. That makes confusion even stronger. So that's why what I went for. And also what I have is like if my weapons kind of scale very well with that build because like you see I don't have it yet, but here you have a kick that does water damage. You see, this is a normal kick, the normal cycle kick, and the upgrade from that does water damage. So that will also, because it's water damage, it will also sustain the water status effect on an enemy. Here on my axis, I quickly have to find them though. Where is it? Is it this? No, I think it's this. Yeah, you see? So here I have my throwing axis. Well, now I have an upgrade that does wind damage. So if I build up wind with my balls, I can like switch to my ninja, throw my hatches, and those little tornadoes, if they hit the enemy, it will further sustain the wind status effect. For that I also have like a little attack speed boost on my hatches as well. So you see, like by just combining different skills, different status effects, different little effects that you might have on your thing, like you see like the charge rate here, or the little healing over here, or material art key damage, backstab damage, whatever. By just combining a little things that might synergy a little well by reading and knowing what you're having. Like I said, it's really easy, just press touchpad and you can read all about it. You can pretty much make an early build. Of course, like I said, this is not the one-shot build that you already might have seen online, but this is just an early build video that focuses on like showing you a build, telling you what is all possible, telling you what you can all combine, and I hope this will help you a little bit in understanding how you can create a build even though you don't have the overpowered set pieces that you might see in other videos. If you have any questions, any things that you'd like me to cover or anything, just let me know down in the comments. I will definitely answer your questions, maybe even make a video about some of your questions that you have. Definitely have an eye for more build videos coming out. The more stuff that I pick up, the further I progress. I will get better stuff. So definitely keep an eye out and I will see you in the next one.